Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be revisiting the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, but this time with a very specific question. Can it replace my dedicated studio camera? So recently I upgraded my camera setup to the Lumix S5 Mark II, and so far I've been absolutely loving it. But the setup and the breakdown process has honestly been kind of a pain every single time I have to take that thing out, and really time consuming. Which is why over the last few months, I've actually been looking at another option to act as my YouTube studio setup. And with the Osmo Pocket 3's portability and its image quality, it made me wonder, could this be a viable alternative? And so today I'm gonna be going through how I have the DJI Pocket 3 set up to get the best image quality out of this camera for these YouTube video setups. So first things first, how do I even keep this all together? The mount that I'm using is the Viasyn 6-in-1 desktop mount. And a huge thanks to Caleb Pike from DSLR Video Shooter for recommending this. This thing is great. And with this mount, I'm able to connect my main light, a microphone, a monitor, and my camera with a teleprompter. This setup process for the computer monitor did take me a while, but once I tightened everything, now everything is working just fine. So let's quickly run through the gear that I have mounted. And let's start off with the lighting. As my main light, I have my GVM LED light with my diffuse softbox, which is giving me a soft light on my face. And as far as my audio, I have my Rode VideoMic NTG, which is connected to my DJI Pocket 3 transmitter. So I can record audio straight into the camera, and I can also record a 32-bit float track internally if I need to. I currently have my mic positioned just out of frame, and this allows me to get clean audio, which is what you're listening to right now. And below that, I have my computer monitor, which is a Dell 34-inch ultra-wide monitor, and I love the colors on this thing, and I do have to say I love being able to pin up two different windows, so if I need to edit something in Premiere Pro and create some motion graphics in After Effects, I can, and it just makes it super nice for video editing. And along with that, I have everything run into my power strip, which is being held up by these cable management grates. And I can't remember the name of them, but I'll go ahead and link those down in the description so you can check those out if you're interested. And finally, the last item I have mounted is my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is connected via the Tomat Osmo Pocket 3 expansion adapter. And this mount allows me to position the Pocket 3 flat instead of vertically. I then have that screwed into this GoPro backpack mount and then attach and then remove the mount as I need to. And as an alternative, you could also just use a 1/4-inch screw, but because I already had this and since I already have a GoPro mount, I decided to go ahead and use that. Then in the DJI Mimo app, I tilt the camera up and then I zoom in later in post to cut off all the excess borders that I don't want in my frame. I then position the Pocket 3 on this little mini tripod, which I will also link in the description. Then using my phone, I lay that slightly angled on the tripod with the newer teleprompter app, which houses all of my scripts and all of my talking points for these videos. Then directly behind me, I have these dark sound panels which help with cutting down the reverb, and just overall they add a nice looking aesthetic to my background. And as my backlight, I have these Govee Glide music wall lights. And I really like these because they allow me to change the color to whatever I want, and I can even program these to whatever music I have playing, so I can have a little dance party. Okay. So we talked about the studio setup. Now let's go ahead and dive into the camera settings and how I have my DJI Pocket 3 set up so I can get the best image quality possible. First off, I have my white balance set to about 3600 Kelvin, just so I have my proper white balance. I am also filming in 24 frames per second, and I also have my shutter speed set to double my frame rate, and I'm also filming in the D-Log picture profile, and I just think that that overall gives me a nice look. I also feel like it helps soften the skin just a little bit more. So that is my studio setup. Overall, I really like this setup, especially with the Viasyn mount. It keeps everything nice and organized, and it allows me to swivel my monitor and other equipment out of the way when I'm done filming, which helps keep everything nice and organized and decluttered. So let's go ahead and answer the question now. Will the DJI Pocket 3 be replacing my Lumix S5 as my studio camera? Well, for me, the answer is yes. And the major factor in that just has to deal with the portability. And also the image quality that I'm able to get out of this camera, it makes it real nice and easy to be able to mount this thing, hit record, and get set up real quickly. And I do plan on creating more content around the DJI Pocket 3, so if you're interested in any of that, make sure to like and to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing. But that about wraps it up for this video. Again, if you're interested in any of the gear that I showed throughout this video, make sure to check out the links down below, and I will see you in the next video.